how to get rid of belly fat. And how did you get it to begin with? We're going to talk about it on today's episode. So grab your coffee and let's get into it.
Oh boy, this should be an interesting one. How
Yes.
did you get belly fat?
How did you get it?
Oh yeah.
How did you get it?
Many ways, but all road leads to one.
Yeah. How did you get it and how can you get rid of it?
Consumption, yeah. Hey, cheers. I can't reach you because you're far away, but
No, we need to cheers.
boom.
Boom. Diet Coke. Cheers.
There you go.
Welcome back. I feel like I'm ready to have a slumber party and watch like a movie.
I know. Look at you.
I'm so cozy.
Next time I'll bring some cozy clothes.
Yeah.
I decided jeans today and get out of my typical everyday sweats. Because I feel like that's all I wear is sweats these days.
Yeah.
I remember you said that one time. Like, all I wear is sweats. I don't wear clothes to go out anymore. I try to
I
switch
have
it
all
up.
of this like cute things, but I really don't go anywhere.
We don't go anywhere.
So
We don't go out on date nights no more, like going out to eat because we have so much food at home.
it's when it's cold, I don't really want to be out.
I know.
I'm
You
like,
hate the
I'll save it
cold.
for the summer hot summer nights.
Nah,
warm
you're
summer
right.
nights.
You're right.
I just don't care for it, but I do feel extremely cozy right now. I love these pants. I actually was inspired by these pants because Skims came out with some. And of course, they're more expensive. I love Skims, and I do have quite a few Skims items. But I just thought, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I should see if I can find some on Amazon. And I found them on Amazon for like a third of the price. So I'm like, score, add to cart. Yeah.
My goodness, you can almost find anything on Amazon, huh?
My whole little outfit is on Amazon. Even my socks. I've decided that I'm gonna have like just tons of cozy socks because podcast days are cozy sock days.
And you're always cold at the house, so keep a bunch at the house too.
I know. I need to. All right. So, you know what's crazy? We had so much go on. Let me just keep you guys I'm going to loop everybody into like the last few weeks and why we've been so discombobulated.
Oh my goodness.
So we actually didn't do a few episodes. Obviously, we did the last episode, but we missed a few. My son had emergency appendicitis surgery. He had an appendectomy, and it kind of like threw us all for a loop. And that kind of took him out of the equation for a week. And it's just been so crazy. It's like I finally saw my dad, and then Tyler had his situation. Phoebe ate my underwear last night, and we had to go to the ER to have her to remove it because it's very dangerous.
And I'll take it on the chin. That was my fault. I slipped.
So it's like one thing after another. But I knew that it was, because I've gotten a lot better in terms of not always running to the vet, like kind of handling certain things myself. Like, no, because I'm pretty well versed with the dogs.
Yeah.
This one, I'm like, shit, like we got to go in because this much underwear is left, and the underwear is this big. It's all in this tiny little stomach, and sure enough, it's almost like validating because I didn't see her eat it, but I knew she did because there was a little piece left. When they showed us, her stomach contents, I'm like, yep, there it is.
And we learned something interesting yesterday
Yeah.
because I asked the vet a question. I go, why do animals do that? Tend to eat like underwear and things that aren't our food. And she said they eat tampons and underwear because they have the scent of us, of the humans, of the parent.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, something new we learned.
Yeah, so I took it a step further because you know how I am. I wanted to research that.
Yeah, of course you did.
So what happens, and this is why sometimes it seems out of character for them. Maybe like Phoebe, it's not out of character. She does it. But if you leave your dog unattended for too long, the longer it's been since you've been there, your scent is fading. The strength of your scent is fading.
True.
So they search for your scent, and they'll dig into a couch, like a couch cushion. It's because your ass is on that couch. They're smelling you. That like a dog that never destroys a couch. You leave him home all day for the first time. You come home and your couch is completely destroyed.
Yes.
It's because they're panicking because the smell of you is dissipating. That is how they track time. They don't really understand time. Time is about the strength of your scent.
Yes.
So that's why they tend to seek your socks, your hair ties, things that smell like you.
And so you went away recently, right? How long ago did you go away? See your daughter? about a month ago. And you don't get away very often. You don't leave the dogs. I think maybe a couple of times. You went another time to LA with your cousin. And you could tell from when we go to the podcast studio, you come home. Yes, they're excited to see you. But I could tell the difference when you're gone for 2-3 days and you come home. They're like, they're about to come out of their skin.
Yeah.
With excitement.
Oh,
you know
that's
what I'm
making
saying?
me sad because I'm going to leave them this week too.
Yeah, I know. But you could see the excitement of the dogs, when you, even when Tyler went out of town for those few days, you could see when he came home and Apollo, how he was going crazy. He didn't know what to do.
Couldn't control himself.
No. It's just, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like overbearing, you know what I'm saying? You could see, and that makes a lot of sense. Like, why they get like that?
Yeah.
Because now you're back home and now they smell you, boom, they know you're here.
Yeah.
Not only can they see you, they smell you.
It's so cute. I don't know. The love of animals is just too
Oh,
much.
it's the best.
It's been crazy though. It's like one thing after another. Like that's a very scary scenario because if they don't vomit it out, if it's too late, if it's in their digestive tract, there's a high probability that it could cause a blockage. We had a dog that had that emergency surgery before. So it's a very dangerous thing. They can get necrosis in their intestines. So of course I'm thinking like the last thing that I can handle right now mentally would be something happening to Phoebe, especially the baby. Like she's the baby. She's supposed to be around the longest,
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't mentally, I don't know if I can handle this, but it's just been crazy. And so I'm just trying to just take it 1 hour at a time these days. 1 hour at a time.
Well, what we say to our clients, life is gonna life. That's our message. Like, you just never know. Life just comes at you and punches you in the mouth, drops you, and you guys gotta navigate. No blueprint to this. You just gotta navigate through it.
I know. All right, let's take a little break for Transcend. We'll be right back. You guys know that Mike and I embarked on our HRT and peptide journey last year, and we are absolutely loving it. It's been a game changer for both of us. And if you've ever wondered why you should consider HRT or peptide therapy, let me break it down for you. Everyone's needs are unique. That's why Transcend is all about creating a personalized plan just for you. They'll start by evaluating your blood work, taking into account how you feel and what your goals are, and then help you find a solution tailored to optimize your health and wellness. What makes it so effective? It's targeted treatment, finally address specific deficiencies and imbalances that might have been holding you back for years. Boost your body's natural functions. These therapies can kickstart and support your body's processes, giving you that extra edge. Enhance your well-being. Imagine boosting your mood, increasing your energy, and just feeling better overall in your day-to-day life. And lastly, longevity. It's not just about feeling good now, it's about supporting healthy aging and preventing chronic conditions down the road. Transcend will guide you every step of the way. So if you're ready to take your health and energy to the next level, start your own HRT or peptide journey with Transcend today. Remember to use our link www.transcendcompany.com/ESCO Elite, 15% off for new patients. All right. I wanted to share this. This photographer did the coolest thing. She actually not wrote a book. It's like a photography book. And it is 27 years of her taking a photo. Like it's so touching. Her taking a photo every time she leaves her parents from visiting her parents, because her parents always walk her out to the driveway and they wave, right? So she would always, from her car, and she's a photographer, so she captures a pretty cool photo of her parents waving. And for 27 years, she did this. And then you see through the years, so I flipped through it and I'll put it up on the screen for you guys. You see through the years them, waving at her. And then, of course, it gets to one where then it's just the mom waving.
Oh.
And then it gets to one where it's an empty driveway.
Damn.
That gutted me. It gutted me because that's how I feel when I look at my house, my parents' house in the street.
I bet. It's very hard.
It's hard to see it because I know my dad's not there anymore. So now I saw this and I thought, fuck, that's like my parents' house, like the empty driveway.
There's a lot of memories there. Lots of memories there. Everything was at that house. I mean, since I met you, it was every Thanksgiving with you guys, Christmas. You guys are really a family unit.
It's hard. I have a lot of pictures of my parents in the driveway, my mom in her bata. waving, or from the balcony.
Your mom wearing that print right there.
I know. You know what's so funny? Alyssa asked me, she goes, "What's up with you in red lately? I feel like you're always in red." And I'm like, you know what's funny? It's not because of Christmas, because I don't really have a lot of Christmas spirit right now, but I feel like it's like my mom is like in me.
To wear red.
Yeah, because during November and December, she wore a red shirt every day. All kinds of different red shirts. And then leopard is her favorite.
Yes.
And speaking of my mom, I'll try to keep this quick, but it is a for sure sign. My mom sent me a sign. I don't care what anybody says. If you're not a believer, this will make you a believer.
That was crazy.
My, ever since I went to see my dad, and then my brother told me that my dad took a turn really bad, and it looks like it's, soon. And 2 nights later, or that night, it was Sunday night, I went to bed. I was falling asleep already. I turned over, fell asleep, phone's on the edge of, on the nightstand area, and you wake me up. I was already drifting, and you said, "Hey, your phone, like turn your phone off. Your phone just went off." And I'm like, "What?" And I grabbed my phone, and I
heard music or something.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at it, and the song that's playing is my parents' wedding song, "White on White" by Danny Williams, is playing on my phone.
What are the odds of that?
Zero explanation.
Yeah, what are the odds of that?
I have not heard that song. The last time I heard that song was when my mom was in hospice, and she asked for her DVD player from the kitchen if we could bring it in and play it, because she had the Danny Williams CD that Alyssa had gotten her. And that was her song. That was their song, "White on White." It's like, I guess my dad, when he was on the way to the chapel to marry her, it was playing in the car that they were driving, they were driving him in. And it was like, I've been with her since she was 13, blah, blah, blah. And my parents met when she was 13, and it was playing. I couldn't believe it. I was floored. And I'm not even the one who heard it. You did.
I did. Again, I'm a skeptical person, but that right there blew me away. Like, the odds of our wedding song are more probable than that.
And even that would be weird.
And that would be weird. Out of nowhere, just start playing in the middle of the night.
My phone was on, by the way, my phone was on Do Not Disturb and sleep mode.
Yes.
And it was quiet for a while. Like I was watching TV. Then I finally decided to turn over, fall asleep. And within a couple minutes, you said, "Hey, your phone."
And I believe it was playing on Apple Music.
Yes, and I don't use Apple Music.
That's what you said.
I use Pandora.
So do I. I don't really use Apple Music. I use Pandora. That's even more trippy. That is weird. Did you at all look into it, like what the odds of that happening, or what does that mean, or is that a true sign? Because there's no other explanation.
I didn't know, but you know what I thought though? In the moment, I thought, "Oh my God, my dad died."
Yeah,
I thought he died because I thought, "Oh my gosh, there must be together or something,"
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's what happened. There's no embellishments. There's no exaggerations. That is what happened. You recorded it. You actually recorded it.
I did. I said, "Let me record this."
And then I screenshotted also because I just wanted to document the time. It was 10:01, no significant time. But it was on Apple Music. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes mysteries are mysteries, and the unexplainable is the unexplainable. We don't know. We don't know what's on the other side, or if they get sent us signals.
I don't even know what would play a song on a phone. Nobody's near the phone.
No.
On a phone that's on Do Not Disturb and sleep mode, and you can see it in the screenshot. It shows the little moon and the little bed. What would cause that to play?
And of all songs.
Even if I wanted to, my question is, if I wanted for that to happen, wouldn't I have to say "Hey, blah, 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 play this song on blah, blah, blah by da, da, da," I'd have to say it all. And then, and then Apple would pull it up. Maybe. So anyways, that's what happened.
I've never even heard that. It's a beautiful song too. I've never heard that song in my life.
It always breaks my heart. There's a few songs that break my heart. It's that one. It's, Memories by Barbra Streisand, because Danny and I played that for my mom together. And then I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, because she told me in the hospital that was her favorite song.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, that was crazy, you guys. Let me know what you think, your thoughts on that, but absolutely insane.
Or if you've ever experienced anything like this.
I know. It's just absolutely insane. That one blew me away.
Oh, no.
The reason why it blew me away is because a lot of my other signs have always been like me by myself. And then I start to second guess myself. Like, am I imagining things? Am I making this up? Am I embellishing? Is my memory like messed up? So I start to question myself. So it was so nice for the once in my life to have validation, somebody there and who actually noticed it before me. That was like, I just felt like validated. It kind of reminded me of the validation I felt when I went to LA and I felt that heaviness and I kept telling everyone something's wrong here.
That was freaky.
And then I found out that there was like a very gruesome murder there. It was validating for me because someone was finally a witness to my feelings. I don't know, you guys.
You have, for all the people I've known in my life, you have very like strong signals to mysterious things, like even to the other side that I don't even have. My mother passed away a little bit over 10 years now. I don't get too many signs. You get the smell of her, songs. There's a lot of signs that are always
I've had a lot.
coming back. Yeah, me, not as much, but you get a lot. It's like your energy's in tune.
Yeah.
Something different that mine isn't. It's crazy. And just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, or you don't know how to explain it.
I remember when I asked my mom, when I told her, I said, Mom, you got to try to come to me. I recorded it too. I've listened to it a few times.
Oh, yeah.
She was a couple days before she died. And I said, you have to try to come to me. Okay.
Yes.
And she goes, I'm going to try. She goes, if there's anybody that I could do it, that could hear me, it will be you. Like she said that. She always felt like I had that connection to the other side kind of thing. She said that.
Well, I'm going to get a little off topic here, but you told me a story once and it sounded crazy to me where you can dream, but fly in your dream and control. Like you go to your friend's house.
That's lucid dreaming.
Yeah, see, I don't know how to, I've tried that. I can't, I don't have that power in my brain to unlock that chamber, but that's badass. I would love to experience that.
Yeah. That's lucid dreaming. The brain is a very powerful thing.
Yes, it is.
We haven't unlocked the things that the brain can do. That's for
Not
sure.
even close.
All right, you guys, let's take a little break for One Up Nutrition. We'll be right back. When it comes to the best supplements to support your muscle building and fat loss goals, One Up Nutrition has you covered. Their gut health supplements have been a complete game changer for me. And I have to say, their protein powders are my absolute favorites. Mike and I literally order the peanut butter cookie and lemon Italian iced protein powders by the case. They are that good. With so many delicious flavors to choose from, One Up Nutrition makes hitting your protein goals easy and enjoyable. So whether you're looking for supplements, protein powders, or anything in between, shop One Up Nutrition for all your needs. And don't forget to use Janine to save at checkout. That's code JEANINE. All right, you guys, we are back. Let's talk about belly fat. We save your story for the after show.
Okay,
We do need to do
it's
an
going to
after
be
show.
a crazy
I
one.
want to hear it. We are back, and we need to talk about belly fat because it's an interesting phenomenon. Belly fat. It's not all genetic in terms of why your body chooses to store fat in your belly. So all you got to do is ask yourself, if you have a significant amount of belly fat, try to think about the time in which you gained that weight. What was happening during that time in your life? Was it during menopause? Because there's an explanation for it if it was during menopause. Because during menopause, when your estrogen is low, also coupled with high cortisol, a lot of times your body just tends to store fat in your abdomen. It also, there's a lot of studies and information out there that talks about how, when you are gaining weight and you're no longer fertile, your body does not preserve the curves, that indicate you are a fertile woman, because it's like nature's way of differentiating fertile women versus not fertile women. There's like a lot of cool stuff about that, all that. But so that's why a lot of women who gain weight, they don't understand why their body has changed so much. They're like, I don't get it. I've never had this. What is going on?
Yes.
That's hormonal weight gain. So that is because the side effects of menopause caused you to, eat in a surplus, sleep poorly, all of the above. You put on 5 pounds that feels like 20 because it's concentrated in your belly. But you can lose it. That's the good news. That is the good news.
Oh, so you're not just bringing all bad news today.
Not all bad news.
You're not the bearer of all bad news.
No.
You said the good news. So you got them like, oh, really?
Yeah.
You can lose it, Janine? Yeah.
The problem is with losing it is you have to sometimes, you can literally like sculpt and reshape your body. But with belly fat, especially if it was like accumulated during those types of circumstances, like stress or menopause, you have to keep losing. Oftentimes a client will tell me like, hey, I don't really want to lose any more weight. Like my face, my legs are skinny, but I still got this big belly like I want to lose. And how can I get rid of it? And I'm always like, oh, you have to keep going.
Yeah.
You have to keep going. But here's the beauty. You keep going and maybe you get smaller or leaner than you want. Because when you get older, you don't want to get too lean because you'll age in the face. So maybe you will get leaner than you want to be, but then you put the weight back on. But you put the weight back on in better circumstances. You put the weight back on when you're not under stress, when your hormones are balanced, because now you're taking HRT, when you're strength training, when you are eating high protein. So your body will literally reshape. It will literally reshape. For example, and let me tell you, for me, when I was younger, I had a big belly when we were dating early on. Like I was very skinny.
Skinny fat.
Skinny. I would call myself skinny.
You are skinny.
I wouldn't call myself skinny now. I was skinny then. But when I would put on some weight, right to my stomach. My stomach would stick out. I couldn't even hold it in. It was just bleh, And it's because I was drinking alcohol every weekend. Every weekend. So
much, yeah.
What does that mean? When you drink alcohol every weekend, you run high cortisol. You don't sleep as well, and your cortisol baseline stays high. When your cortisol baseline is high and you overconsume calories, your body's going to deposit it into your abdomen. So that explains why I had skinny little legs, skinny arms, and a belly. One might think, and I thought this at one point, this is just who I am. Genetically, I just am never going to have like a small waist or a flat stomach. I just gain weight like this. It's not true. It's just that you gained weight under circumstances that were not optimal.
That's so true.
Because if you say you are in a surplus, but you're in the gym, you're busting your ass in the gym, you're eating protein, but you are overeating, but you're not under stress, but you're exercising a lot. What is that called? It's called a bulk. You're building muscle. You'll grow muscle. Your body shape will completely change. So surplus A, skinny legs, skinny arms, big belly. Surplus B, toned arms, nice glutes, quads, developed legs, nice toned back. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Circumstances, but don't blame genetics is what I want to say. You're not.
Everybody always blames genetics. That's a fallback.
It's part of it, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Some people are genetically predisposed to store fat in certain areas, but many people blame genetics when it's actually something hormonal going on. There's a lot of women that have like really big hips. I had, someone I knew, she had huge hips and gained all of her weight below the waist.
On the bottom. Not a belly at all. Sometimes they have small waist, but big old giant.
Yeah,
You're right.
But now that I've learned a lot and through my menopause certification and through that, I also learned about different conditions, and PCOS is another one, or estrogen dominance. So if you have a young person who randomly has really large hips and doesn't put on any weight up top, get your hormones checked. You could have estrogen dominance. They can give you something to balance that out.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. And the PCOS again, what is that again? Well, you said it before.
High testosterone.
Oh, the opposite. Mm-hmm. High testosterone.
High testosterone, low estrogen.
What does that do to women?
Well, it messes up their fertility. They get, symptoms of high testosterone.
Yeah.
Their cycle is not regular. A lot of times they get cysts in their
private parts?
Yeah. No, in their uterus.
Oh, I don't know. I'm asking questions.
Like in their ovary.
Ovaries.
You're thinking like genital warts or something. Not from PCOS, but PCOS,
Dangerous,
a lot
basically.
of times PCOS can be corrected just by getting to a healthy body weight.
Yeah. But someone asked us I didn't say a long time, a while back. You didn't know at the time what it was.
But it's a lot of times, a lot of these conditions, it's because you are loading a bunch of energy into your machine and then the machine malfunctions. A lot of the things that people experience has to do with overconsumption. I'm sorry, it always goes back to that.
I was going to say that. The road always leads back to that, right? Like, we just had that conversation on how everybody's worried about this, and that, and stuff that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, are you over-consuming? Are you overfeeding your machine? Which, yeah, that's why a lot of 75% of Americans are either overweight or obese, adults. Overconsumption.
Yeah, it's overconsumption.
100%.
And you got to, it's just not going to function correctly. And if you have a bunch of washing machines, like at a laundromat, and you repeatedly overstuff every single one, eventually they're all going to break down, but they'll all have different things that break.
Yeah.
One of them might be the tumbler thing goes. One of them,
Yes.
the agitator breaks. One of them, the motor burns out.
You're right.
All different things break.
You're
So
right.
you've got all these humans that overconsume. Oh, they drink too much alcohol. They eat too much crappy food. They're in a constant state of inflammation.
Yeah.
All these things going on, and their body malfunctions. And for some, they get PCOS. For some, they'll just be insulin resistant. Some people will get diabetes. But notice, right?
50% of Americans.
You could have two people that overconsume
You're right.
their whole lives. One person doesn't get diabetes, but they end up with cancer. They get like endometrial cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the overconsumption and it throws your hormones out of whack and it causes cancer. It really does. And then you've got someone else that they don't get cancer, but they get diabetes. Everyone gets different things.
You know what this all comes down to? Or listen, I'm not going to go biblical or religious with you, but however we were designed, it all leads back to this. We were not designed to be overweight. This machine was designed for a purpose, but not to be fucking twice our size. It just doesn't. It doesn't operate well. It doesn't work well. And it doesn't end well in the end for us. At all. Think about it. Humanity, we're not meant to be big ass people. We're just not. We're not meant to be that.
Yeah, you have to be like gentle with your body.
Yes. You have to like you say, it all comes back to self-care. Not makeup and nails and all. Yeah, that's part of it. But really taking care of like your insides, your outsides, how much you're eating. It sounds overwhelming and stuff, but it's just because there's just too much food. There's too much availability. You said something really interesting, that why is it hard to stay on track, like tracking macros or even eating a plan, a good plan for you. And everything's dialed in. We have all your numbers dialed in because food is just too damn good these days. There's so many options. So many options. It's too easy.
Yeah.
This isn't 200 years ago where you're only going to eat meat and potatoes or rice. I don't know what was the options back then, but I'm just saying that very limited options back then compared to now.
Listen, because it all boils down to it's the emotional stuff that goes along with
Yes.
it too, right? So it's not just about hitting numbers.
No.
The numbers work. The numbers work, exercise works, all those things work for everybody. I've never seen it not work.
For everybody.
If it's not working, you're not doing it. Then you have to dig into why is it that you're not doing it?
There you go.
You know?
That's the psychological
Yeah,
part.
then
right there.
that's the psychological part. And it's like,
True.
there's nothing you can do to get around that. I was talking to a friend of mine. For years, I tried to help her. She was overweight for a long time.
Yeah.
And I would say, I'm not that I don't believe you, but I know the numbers work. I know what I'm doing. And she would just like, I don't understand. No, I've got this wrong. I must have this wrong. She had doctors giving her all these diagnoses of all these things. And she told me recently, she goes, you know what? She goes, you were always right. It all boiled down to like emotions. It was all a mental thing. It was emotional.
Bingo. I'm an emotional eater, so I understand. I know. I know when my emotions run high, so I correlated the two. My emotions run high, that means my cortisol is high. It's revved up.
Yeah.
I got that last night. I was really revved up because I was, what had happened, I was scared too inside. I didn't want nothing to happen in our little baby, you know what I'm saying? So it ran my emotions high.
Of course. And then you crave carbs.
Yes, 100%.
That's how the body neutralizes the cortisol.
It's a true thing. It's not even guessing. It's not
Yeah.
even, and I learned this in anastomy. Talked about that, emotional
Yeah.
eaters.
Yeah.
And I had one client recently say, he admitted to me, I like that. He came forward. He's like, man, I'm really struggling right now. My father's anniversary of his passing's coming up, and I'm an emotional eater. I go, man, brother, I know exactly how you're feeling. Just do the best that you can. I don't have a perfect answer, but do the best that you can. And just remember, like, don't self-sabotage, because it's not going to fix anything going on in your life. It's not going to,
You have to try to channel other things that are soothing.
Yes.
That are soothing, that are not food related.
Yes.
But you still have to soothe.
You do.
That your body is seeking.
It is.
Seeking that.
It
so you have
is.
to figure out other things that could potentially give you that same, result.
That dopamine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You always said dopamine dump.
Yeah.
You're
But you can actually, but you can lose the belly fat. I feel like some people just have this in their head that it's never going to go away. Like, it's impossible. Like, it's a pooch. It's a mom pooch. Like,
Yeah. They just give into it.
It just means you have to keep going. And you can obviously, if you're doing it correctly, it's not fast. I'm sorry. It's not fast.
No.
It's not going to be fast.
Nope.
But you are doing it, and it will stick if you do it correctly. So would you rather do it fast and just be like, you won't like it.
Yeah.
You're going to feel flabby if you do it fast. And you're not going to be able to keep it off. You have to do it correctly by doing a small deficit, doing it slowly let your body dip into that body fat, but also strength train, eat protein. Your body will completely reshape. Let me tell you this. I gain and lose weight now as a postmenopausal woman, 48 years old, like a teenager would, like a 20-something-year-old would. Now, when I lose weight, I lose it first off my stomach. I get real thin up here. Like, my waist is small. I'm like all skinny up here, but I'm carrying a little more weight down below. Like, my legs are staying a little thicker. My face is staying different. I'm losing weight in a totally different way than I normally would.
Interesting.
It's shifted. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you, don't think that genetics has you handcuffed, because I used to think that. I remember I had this friend of mine. She had the tiniest waist. I was so envious of this waist. I thought, oh my God, I would give anything for this waist. It was so tiny. She had the cutest little figure. And I was like, man, I wish, but that wasn't the cards I was dealt. Like, I will never have that. I knew no one in my family who had a small waist. I'd never seen I don't think I had ever seen a small waist until I worked with her. And I thought that it was like not in the cards for me.
Yeah.
Because, it's not the body I got. No, you can do a lot. Yes, genetically you have a certain shape or whatever. Learn to love that because it makes you unique. But you can still sculpt. I feel like I'm like an artiste sometimes with my clients. If they let me and if they ask, I love to give them what they desire, what they want. I like to help them get there. I never, though, try to put my own feelings of where they should be on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That has to come from them. But when they tell me what they want and they are willing to put in the work, I get excited. All right, let's do this. For sure you can do it, 100%.
And for some reason, people have a mental block thinking that they can't achieve that. And, I thought I built my best physique was in prison, lean and whatever. And I look back at those pictures like, hell no, I'm blowing. This older dude who's almost 50 in 2 months is blowing that 30-year-old out of the water. Crazy. I never thought in a million years I could look this way. My waist got smaller. You always make fun of, oh, you got bulbous abs like bricks. I never had bricks like that growing up.
Yeah.
Not even in my 20s.
Yeah, and let me ask you
prime.
something. Do you do any sit-ups?
Zero.
Yeah. None.
None yet.
Yeah.
Where I get strength in my core and all that is I do deadlifts.
Yeah.
I do squats,
Right.
compound, and then
Stabilizing movements.
yeah, and then a lot of twisting and turning from punching,
Yeah.
activating my core when I punch and kick. You have to rotate the core. That's it. Stabilizing movements. No zero ab work. I think people still think this is the 80s and 90s. Like, I got to do a gazillion crunches to get abs. Listen, people, I'm here to tell you guys.
They're there.
You have to shed body fat. They're there. Let me ask you, when you were competing, how much ab work did you do?
He didn't have me do any.
0. And your abs were popping.
Because he wanted to keep my waist really small. Like it was more of waist to hip ratio is more important. And in bikini, you don't want the bulbous.
No.
They want like
the shadow almost. Like
so like you could see them. You could see the little flat, but they were flat bricks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not bulbous.
They weren't bulbous, but you could see them. I had a 6-pack.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You didn't do 0.
No, I didn't do any, but they wanted my waist like really, really small. But I recently measured my waist and I was kind of shook, to be honest. I cannot believe at this age that my waist is 25 inches.
Damn, that's tiny.
Yeah. That's small.
Yeah.
That is small. That's not sucking in. That's just like my regular relaxed like waist measurement at my belly button. 25 inches. I'm like, wow, that's really good. I don't think it was that much smaller when I competed. I think it was like just a smidge under 24.
I think I got as low as a 31, somewhere in that ballpark. For a man, that's tiny.
But what that tells you is, do you see what I'm saying? Like, don't put limitations on yourself.
No.
And this is the thing. It is hard to go somewhere you've never been.
It is.
Unless you can like truly visualize it.
And believe it.
I'm actually going to do, actually by the time this podcast is out, I've already done it, but I'm doing a workshop for my clients. And we're going to talk about like setting goals for the year and manifestation and kind of some just techniques to not the hocus pocus manifestation, like real strategic manifesting and how you do that. And part of it is just creating using all of your senses that you have to create a picture of what it is that you're going for. You use all of your senses to create a really strong picture. It is visualization, it is hearing, it is touch. You use every sense and you program that. And that's how you make it happen. Yeah. But the interesting thing is, it is a lot harder to do that for things that you've never achieved.
Yes.
It's easier if you're just trying to get back to what you were. A lot of women in my age range are trying to get back to what they were in high school. I would shoot myself if I got back to what I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like, because I was able to break through that boundary. What I want to help people do is break boundaries. We'll get you there, but that's just step 1. To get you back to where you were, cool. Now, where are we going? Because we're not done. Because the real magic happens when you achieve something you've never achieved before.
Yeah. I would love to have this physique in my 20s. Are you kidding me? Yeah, right. I got it later in life. And again, that just debunks that you can't use age as a fallback.
No.
Because all we're doing is really sculpting your body. We're helping you building muscle tissue, and we're reducing your body fat and weight so you can reveal what you look like underneath. That's it.
So don't let your friends, or your bunko friends, or your friends at Bridge Club or bingo. Don't let them tell you that, this is just what it is now.
Nah.
Do not, they're just trying to convince you so that you stop making them feel insecure.
Bingo.
They're trying to convince you so that you don't remind them every time they see you of what they're not doing.
Yes.
That's
Isn't that funny
what they're
how that
doing.
works? Yes.
Do not, listen. Just don't listen to it, because they just,
Number 1, they're not the professional. Number 2, they're not the experts. Number 3, they can't even coach themselves out of a bag. They don't have that like we do. So their advice is null and void.
Yeah.
It means 0.
Yeah. All right, let's take a little break before we close out for Mega Fit Meals, and we'll be right back. When it comes to hitting your macros, Mega Fit Meals makes it so easy with their delicious macro-friendly meal prep options. Mike and I are constantly on the go these days, and these meals are a lifesaver during some of our busiest weeks. Whether you're craving chicken tenders, pizza, filet mignon, or even pasta, Mega Fit Meals has something for everyone. All meals are high in protein, made with quality ingredients, and designed to help you crush your health and fitness goals. And the best part, there's no subscription required, so you can order as you need. Save time without sacrificing nutrition. And if you want to try it for yourself, use our link in the description and enter code Janine for a discount. That's code JEANINE. MegaFit Meals has you covered. Can I just say that MegaFit Meals really came in clutch on these crazy weeks?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I've been smacking 2 a day.
Yeah, they really do come in clutch. They have some new ones, by the way. Shredded bison, some chicken and fries, and they're going to be even coming out with even more.
I'm going to have chicken and fries when I get home.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Yeah. That's crazy because I don't even think I ate yet. Oh, speaking of, I do have to share this with you guys real quick. You guys know that I only promote things that I really love and use. And, you know, I used to truly love Built Bars. No shade, but I haven't loved a Built Bar in a really long time.
I've never loved Built Bar.
I loved them. I was addicted to them for a long time. I'm an ambassador. I'm still an ambassador, but I haven't promoted anything because there's nothing to write home about. I'm not going to promote something just because I'm an ambassador. I have to love it, okay? I stick by that. I have to say, I got a package on the way here. Built Bar came out with a new flavor, and I thought it was brilliant. It is frosted berry, and it is sour. It tastes like a high chew, like a sour high chew, or like a Starburst. So it's not chocolatey.
Yes, different.
It's like candy.
Oh, okay. That might work. That's different. Instead of just being like a candy bar.
You guys,
You swear by it?
I swear, yeah.
I wish you would have brought it. I'd have gave you a taste test
It's really good.
for the audience to show like yay or nay.
Like sometimes you're craving candy. Like you're not craving the chocolatey. That's why I love the Joy Rides. The Joy Ride like sour candies that I get.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't crave candy like that. I crave bars. Chocolatey. Especially
I know.
Especially you know which ones, because I don't know if I should say this because we're not ambassadors of them, but they're my.
Oh,
they're
Bear
my-
Bells?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Who
The
cares?
David. I had a David bar.
Yeah.
I've been having those too. Those are good.
You know what? I loved
Those
it.
are
I
good.
had one of my clients commented in the BBC group. Who was it that commented? I think it was Janie. She commented saying, "Hey, you guys, I tried the David bars. Janine was right. They're good." I love that she said that because that's exactly how I described them.
Yes.
I didn't say like, "Oh my God, this is so
No.
good," but they are good. They're a solid. I like them. They're a solid. I like them.
Yes.
So they're a yes for me.
Yes.
But again, see how it's so different? Because David bar is good. I would reach to that if I was kind of hungry and I needed to tide myself over.
Oh yeah, it works.
I will not do that for this new Built Bar because it's good, like candy good, and it's little for 150 calories. I wanted to eat 4. I didn't want to eat 1.
What's the protein?
15 grams.
Not bad. 101.
Yeah, but it didn't do anything. Like it's good if like at the end of the night I have some calories left and like I'm done for the day, have a little sweet treat. Like Alyssa and I always say, want a little sweet treat. But it's not good if I'm coming to the studio. I know I'm going to have my lunch late and I need to curb my appetite a little bit.
Yeah.
That would be a David bar.
Yes.
So, you know,
Yes. You're right.
different bars serve different purposes. So I did become an ambassador of David because of that. I'm like, yep, I can stand behind this bar. I can recommend it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good option. So I will link that down in the description as well. And then I'm still an ambassador for Built Bar too.
I agree with you
use
on
my
that.
code.
And Bear Bell only have when you're in bed, like your last bar of the night. Nothing else. Don't eat it during the day because it could spike, make you
Just
more
makes you hungry.
It does.
Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you.